you ready for some awesome breakdowns with Scott and Sean? It's time for 6 Minute Abs. Step into my office.
Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to 6 Minute Abs, awesome breakdowns with Scott and Sean. We're here today talking about our inaugural league, Alpha 1. This has got a lot of our good buddies. I'm really excited to see how this one goes. Scotty, why don't you kick us off with Sarah M21 drafting the one hole?
Yeah, Sarah's been drafting pretty early in these drafts going forward, and this is, like we said, the first one. She starts off with the best player in football, Josh Allen. Our quarterback room, which she always drafts, is really strong with Jordan Love and Sam Darnold. She did go with a couple RBs there in Scattaboo and James Cook with Javonte Williams. Her receiving room is a little bit light. She did go with Drake London, but Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington, who are both on the same team, and Jaden Higgins are basically wide receiver twos. She did wait a long time for tight end, ended up with Ken's crush, TJ Hawkinson. But this isn't one of Sarah's strongest teams, so I don't know if she'll be there in the end.
Moving over to the drafting 2 hole, it was our good buddy down at DGen Fantasy, Double Down Dan. He's got Jaden Daniels to start the draft, which the 1-2, that's the earliest we've seen him go. Again, this was a while back now. Devon Achane, Ashton Janty filling out the spot at 211 and 3-2. I thought were great picks at that point in time. Both are going earlier than that now. Carnell Tate, Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, Boston, and Concepcion. That's basically 3 rookies and 2 good starters. We'll see how that plays out for him. It could make or break his team in the long run. Dalton Kincaid at 9-2, followed up by Tua. I think it was his second quarterback, is really, really weak. Overall, I'm not too impressed with Dan's drafting skills. I think he's got a lot of work to do.
Number 3, we got Cyborg. He's our March Madness guy. He starts out with Drake May, Jared Goff in his quarterback room. Third quarterback's Malik Willis. I think I agree with Sean. I think eventually he'll have a starting job. Cyborg put together a pretty nice team. Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne is running backs, along with Blake Corum, who I think should do really good with touchdowns this year. And his receiving room with Nico in the third, which I think is kind of a steal. AJ Brown and Terry McLaurin, and one of my favorite tight ends, Harold Fan, in the third. Cyborg, you got yourself a pretty nice team. I think you're going to compete in this league.
Awesome. And moving over to the 1-4 hole, we got our good buddy Ken. The dealer is back. He handles all of our dynasty leagues here at Sudden Death Fantasy Sports. Starting out with 2 quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence at 1-4-2-9. I don't hate those picks at all. Followed it up with George Pickens, Emeka Egbuka, Roma Dunze, Devontae Smith, Ricky Pearsall, Alec Pierce. All really good picks for the time he got them. Snuck in a Travion Henderson and a Bryce Young in the middle there, which I thought really filled out his quarterback room and started out a good running back room. Rico Dowdle was his RB2. Kenneth Gainwell, I thought those 2 picks really helped out a lot. He waited all the way to 12 to get Johnson as his tight end 1. I'm a little concerned about that. And AJ Barner as his tight end 2. That's the one spot on this team that I think we might have an issue. Otherwise, I do think it's a good team.
Number in the 105, we got Cherry Poppins, and this is what you call a stack build. So you have Bijan, and he correlates with Michael Penix. You have Dak Prescott, who correlates with CeeDee Lamb, and you got Baker Mayfield, who correlates with Bucky Irving. So that's a nice little stack build. That's how you win these best ball games is high-powered stacks. I love Tucker Kraft in the tight end. He's one of my favorite tight ends. So yeah, I actually kind of like this team because of the stack correlation going forward. So I expect Cherry Poppins to be up in the top 5.
Moving on to 1-6, that's our buddy Adnar Dog Addy over at League Champ. Awesome place. Make sure you check it out and download their app. He started out with Puka Nacua in the 1-6. I thought that was a solid pick. Came back with Caleb Williams and Brock Purdy. You know he's a Chicago fan, so he loved having Caleb there available to him. That was a good quarterback room to start out, and then filled out of the rest of his starting wide receivers with McMillan and Higgins. I think that's a really good first 5. I think he did a great job filling in a running back room after waiting that long with Walker, Swift, and Coleman in a row like that. Wait until Brenton Strange in the 11th round as your starting tight end is a little bit worrisome. He's got some depth in his other positions, though, so I think in the upper middle of the pack is probably where he's going to end up.
At the 1-7, we got Trader Clem. I get to talk to him, and this time I'm going to push back on this build. I don't like it at all. I mean, he's in a bad spot. I really don't like the 6, 7, 8 spot. I think in those first 2 picks, I think you need to attack the quarterback right there. You could see in this build by waiting, he ended up with Stroud, Mendoza, and Jones. I mean, Mendoza is a rookie. Jones should be okay, and then Stroud hopefully has another a better year and not a year that he had last year. The running backs with Jeremiah Love, rookie, Jalen Warren, who's to me is kind of like an RB2. He does have a really nice receiving core in Chase and Jefferson, along with Mike Evans. And then the tight ends with Bowers, the Brockness Monster, and Orlando Gadsden and Dalton Schultz. Actually like those that part of his draft, but I think I would have liked it better if he would attack the quarterback early.
All right, let me take that knife out of my back and move on over to the 1-8 hole where our buddy Rocky from DGen Fantasy's picking Pitt Savo 51. He took JSN and Malik Neighbors to start out his draft, followed that up with Barkley and Jacobs. He did pretty well there, but you don't see any pink on that list yet, which is very scary. You go down to Tyler Warren at 5'8", Quinshon Judkins, still no pink, Brian Thomas at 7'8", and then you finally get to his first quarterback at 8th round at Kyler Murray. We know he's going to be a starter, so I don't hate the pick, but I definitely would not have waited that long to take a quarterback. Followed up with another running back and receiver in Kamara and DJ Moore, which, looks like a steal at DJ Moore, but still, again, quarterback situation. His second quarterback is Shedeur Sanders. That's a very scary setup for a super flex league. I probably most likely will see him at the bottom of the pack.
And at 1-9, we got our good buddy Chev. He's Addie's partner over there at League Champ. This one, he has a little bit, it looks like he got sick with a little bit of the rookie fever, over 100 temperature there. He started with Lamar Jackson, which is a great pick, Cam Ward. So his quarterback room is a little light. O'Marion Hampton and Chris Brown and David Montgomery like it. But for me, this build, there's just way too many rookies. Mikael Lemon, Johnson, Cooper. It just got Price. It's really going to be hard to compete when you're drafting a bunch of rookies. So I know this is Chev's first draft. Maybe he can improve on it at a later date.
Man, Scott is acting like Chucky running around here just stabbing people left and right today. So I guess it's my turn now. It's me breaking down Scott's team over here in the 10 hole. He started out with Jahmyr Gibbs at 110. Now, we all know that is a steal of a steal of a steal, especially after the trade that happened last week. But man, dude, really 110 to let him fall that far, guys? Come on, we have problems. I'm one of them too, because I did let him go past me, by the way. Jackson Dart at 2-3, I thought was a little bit of a reach for him. I think there was some other quarterbacks he could have taken at that point. I'm sure he would have taken Herbert if he fell there, but that didn't happen. Rashee Rice was his 310, followed up by Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams, Tyler Shucks. So kind of did a little hopscotch, pink and blue makes purple, and all the way down to Jalen Waddle at 710. Kyle Pitts at 8-3. I do like that pickup for his first tight end. Tony Pollard, Chuba Hubbard fills out a decent backfield to help you out with the depth there. But I think you probably are sitting somewhere in that 3 to 5 range, in my opinion, with this team. It's a good team. You should have done a lot better with Jahmyr Gibbs dropping to you like that.
All right. Well, we're going to go now with the 111 hole. We got the commissioner, and that's Armin from FanCred. And what a first two really nice picks, Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert. That's how I like to start those builds with them quarterbacks. Comes back with Breece Hall, sneaky RB1. Ladd McConkey and DK Metcalf, along with Cortland Sutton and Quentin Johnson, round off a pretty good receiving core. And Colston Loveland, he was the big talk last year. Is he going to be the tight end one? Will he improve this year with his from what he did last year? So I actually really like this team. I've noticed that drafting early or drafting late, I usually put together pretty good teams, and so do our competitors. So I really like this team a lot. I think Armin will finish somewhere in the top 3 or 4.
All right, and to round out our final drafter of this draft, it's Alibaba 42 over at the War Room in Discord. If you haven't joined them, you should. They're a lot of fun, a good group of guys over there. Him and Cherry Poppins are a couple of guys that represent the War Room here. He started out with Christian McCaffrey at 112 and Amon-Ra at 2-1. I think those are two solid picks. I really like the fact that he got Mahomes and Knicks at 312 and 4-1. I think that's a really good pickup for your turn on the 3rd and 4th round. To get Kyron Williams and Derrick Henry all the way in 5-12 and 6-1, I thought was also a really good steal for him. Marvin Harrison, Luther Burden, another great pick. Sadiq could be a super stud depending on what happens with him in his landing spot. Jake Ferguson is a great backup, though, if that doesn't work out for him. So I think he did a good job there protecting himself. And then George Kittle is another guy who is falling like crazy that I do think will have a good, at least playoff time season for you guys. So I really like this team a lot, man. I think if anything, I think this team is probably one of the, if not the most competitive team out of the bunch. So that's going to round us out for the Alpha 1 League. We really appreciate you guys, especially all you VIP guys that joined this league with us. It was a lot of fun doing this league. Really look forward to drafting with you guys as we move forward. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thank you for checking out 6 Minute Abs.
Let's go! Thanks for watching 6 Minute Abs. Please like and subscribe to Sudden Death Fantasy Sports. Let's go!